preparing for the contributor days that's taking place next week, if I remember correctly.
Yep, next week, Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yes. So we're going to prepare a list of issues that exist. Current contributors or new contributors can take a look while attending the contributor days. So hopefully we'll be able to find some good issues that wouldn't that can be completed in 2 days, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll share my screen because I did set up some filters, and then we can move on then. Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Awesome. I'm going to increase the size a bit so it's easier to read. Okay. So what I talked with this with Lee during the weekend, and we thought about finding some quick wins, because those should be quicker to do. But yesterday I had a coffee chat with Nick, and he rightfully said that since the contributor days are taking place during FOSDEM and config management camp, there will be a lot of people with interests in those topics. So yeah, it would be a good idea to also pick some issues from, for example, GitLab Agent Kubernetes or Terraform Provider and that kind of stuff. So I did prepare a couple of filters. So I have ready a filter for quick win for issues with the quick win label and backend or frontend related stuff on the generic GitLab repo.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have many, to be honest, because we only have 43, and some are pretty old. So I'm not sure. Should we? I don't know. Should we sort them by popularity or by?
So, what I would maybe suggest is if you step your search up one level.
Okay.
So currently your search is on the GitLab project, which is fine, and it's probably where I would start too. But if we do the same search on GitLab org,
Yeah.
we may pick up any issues that are floating around in another project. I'm not I'm not expecting it to be a massive number of them, but yeah, just it.
Let's try. So quick win. Where 196. 138. $59. So I don't know if filtering for backend and frontend would be a good idea. Oh, this is wrong. Well, 90 labels, 90 issues with backend and frontend with a quick win.
Okay, so that's given us a few more than the other search at least.
Yeah, double at least.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because just on a glance there, there's things under container registry and a couple of the other ecosystem projects, which makes sense, and it's great to have those.
Yeah, well, also I'm thinking of filtering for backend and frontend will cut out issues from projects like Terraform or the Kubernetes agent, because I don't know how they're labeled.
It may do. I suppose.
Well, I can have a look in here and see what label they're using.
Yeah, if we just do a general quick win search.
No quick win, there's none. Yeah, maybe to find some issues good for new contributors for the Kubernetes agent and for Terraform, maybe Victor or Timo would be better because they know the projects better.
Yeah, very possibly.
So we might have a better chance leaving this out and just focus on GitLab for now and ask them to have a look. That might be better for maybe. So talking about GitLab issues, should we go for popularity or for created date? Because we have the first three that are kind of popular, then we go quite down low on popularity.
I think definitely things with a higher popularity are almost certainly going to be something that's potentially more interesting to more people.
Yeah. Let's have a look at this three. So allow wiki edits from non-members in project wikis. Oh, okay. So oh, there's also kind of an implementation plan on this. So this could be a good one. It should be a matter of, oh no, this is not just working on the policies. This could actually be split up on an epic because there's also some other subtasks, for example, updating the documentation and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely quite a fair amount of breaking down we could do of this one.
Yeah, definitely. And I wonder if this is really a quick win.
Yeah, I think the definition of quick wins, interestingly enough, I wonder how where this one got its quick win label. So it was a low hanging fruit, so it got relabeled when we brought in the quick win label.
Yeah, the low hanging fruit was set 2 years ago. I was looking
Yeah.
for it. So, well, yeah, 2.5 years ago. And I think that it got broken down later on.
Yeah, someone's actually sat there and spent some time putting some designs in and that. So I think there's a fair amount of there is a fair amount of discussion that has happened on this and some.
Yeah, this definitely had some discussion done, and the proposal was made after the discussion was done because here's the edit.
Yeah, so just the comment below that one from Matt. Let's just see. Very large effort to decide to break it down. We'll probably need to convert this to an epic breakdown. Yeah, because I suppose there's a fair amount of back-end work and front-end work.
Yeah, to be honest, I would be tempted to remove the quick win label.
Definitely. Another thing we can, and then there's the change when we brought in the. So nothing's really happened on this in the last sort of 2 years, which is also interesting. But yeah.
Let me check because this is I know you probably get to the. Okay, this is the main idea, but then when you start diving in the code, yeah, that's going to be complicated.
Yes. Often things that are just to do this are under the surface a little bit less.
Yeah, if you look at my time tracking changes, I've been at it for almost 1 year. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Should we remove the quick win?
Potentially, I think let's maybe just leave this one for now. As is. Yes, it is. It's still a quick win in the sense that there is a certain amount of design already contributed to it and breaking down. Out of interest, I also have a pending MR or a pending change to relabel things that are currently labeled as good for new contributors
Yeah,
to quick wins. So that's an additional label we can still look at
right. Okay.
over instead of quick win, because there's a number of things that are probably labeled with that
Yeah,
currently that will become quick wins.
yeah, that might be actually a better idea because good for new contributors should be fairly easy to take on. Yeah. So just a reminder, I'm going to leave a comment in here that we took a look at this. No one else is going to have a look at the same issue and
Yeah, that's
huh? Together. Okay. So one down. And I wonder if we should already update the filter and search for that.
yeah, I think that's possibly a good one. So let's just
Food for
for new contributors.
contributors.
That said, I need to get. This is something I got started. When did I got started with that in the beginning of December, so I probably just need to wrap that up and make
Finally,
the change to change these to
yeah,
quick wins. But it's there's already 170 issues here, so that's possibly a good.
yeah. I think we should go with this one. I'm going to. Well, this could be a fairly quick win, I think. Administrator account on self-managed instance should not be counted as a seat.
Yeah, I think it kind of makes sense. I would be interested to see what product has done with what product managers have looked at this specifically, because this is again, it's been looked at some time ago.
Yeah, this
Um,
is 4 years old, and there's a lot of discussion going on.
yeah, and any specific call outs to licensing, whether it's even something that makes sense, needs I would imagine would need to be at least vetted by a product manager in that group, in the growth group, or
Hmm. Yeah. Also, we should read through all these comments because I'm not sure what they mean. Because do they mean the default administrator account?
yeah, I think they mean the default administrator account.
Yeah.
Don't think they mean general admin. Well, they're talking about one of two things.
Yeah, introduce an administrator role that does not control the seat. Yeah, adding a new role, that's not going to happen.
Well, that's certainly not going to happen quickly.
Nope. Users that are not added to a group or a project are not counted towards seats. No, this wouldn't do because administrator could also have, for example, I am the administrator of our self-hosted instance, but I also have access to all the projects, so this wouldn't work.
Yeah. Just give me 1 sec. I just need to go answer the door. I'll be back in a moment.
Yeah, sure.
Back.
Oh. Oh, I know this, that there's a um, it's recommended to use separate accounts for admins and for regular users. But yeah,
Some people choose to do that for a case of separation of duty.
yeah,
There
that's
isn't a need for as such, but yeah, it's in some cases it's
I can understand the reason. Also, to have a higher security.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think this is a quick win.
I think there's just going to be a lot of potential politics behind any change like this,
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
not something that can be addressed easily in 2 days.
No, definitely not. So just another reminder, and then we're going to move on with the good for new contributors. Okay, so good for new contributors. Sorting by popularity, we have 3 again. Sorry. Blank lines in job logs are not visible in web viewer. I'm missing blank lines, but blank. Oh, okay. I wonder if there's any discussion in here, and no. the DRI for this is saying that I'm not sure if this would be the best for first-time contribution.
It's yeah, if it's a deep JavaScript thing, that
Yeah.
might be great if someone were to know JavaScript. It's not maybe a great opportunity to pick up JavaScript and learn JavaScript. But if you know your way around that side of things, it might be something that someone could potentially look at.
Yeah, I wonder if we could. Yeah, we might consider this one and just have a look at the code and probably provide an introduction on what the changes would be. But yeah, I think we. Yeah, this is going to be a JavaScript related one, I think. Yeah, maybe if there's someone with a good JavaScript background, good. I mean, we can keep this in consideration, I guess. I'm not going to add too many comments. I'm leaving that one. Okay, so let's move on to next. An API to list all the files in a project. We should create a new rule for the missing action.
This doesn't look particularly scary.
Yeah. Yeah, also because there's already the post, so there's nothing new, really new to add. We only need to expose the new API.
Yeah.
Yeah, this implementation guide. Awesome. Let's just have a look. There's no, oh. No, this is an issue. It's not an MR. Okay, so no one picked this one. And yeah, there's also an implementation plan. This is definitely looking promising.
Yes, it's definitely a candidate.
Yep, this is going into the bucket.
By the way, I just ran a search on the issues.
Yeah,
Just looking for new contributors without any of the other labels.
yeah.
And this one is number 4 in priority on that. So,
Okay.
or popularity.
So sort by popularity, right?
Yeah.
The fourth, so blank lines.
I did that at tab level. Sorry. Yeah, but it's number 5 on this list here. So yeah, it's definitely high up there, and it's a perfect opportunity to grab.
You mean the API to list all files?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm just saying that one seems to be well wanted by people.
Yeah. And there's also this create ES cluster from Git, which is quite popular. And
This might be a nice one for someone to potentially
yeah,
commit in. There is already a pattern that we currently have configured for GKE and WKS,
yeah,
or sorry, GKE and AWS. So yeah, this one might be a good one to throw in there.
definitely, because this is Kubernetes related, so that's in Terraform.
Yeah, obviously, whoever does do this would need at some point a bit of AKS access to be able to test it, and I don't know the specifics around testing that, and would it need to be in there? But there's definitely there's an existing pattern that could be, and it also has a potential tie into config management camp with being something that creates a cluster and that side of things. So yeah.
Okay, so this is also going in the market. Next one, Terraform. Oh, awesome. Terraform include policy checks with Terraform plan in Mars. And this is old because it's 2 years old. If I use her, is a Sentinel policies. I don't know what that is. I think it's Terraform related. Oh, this is the documentation proposal document how to use OPA with Terraform.
Yeah, so open policy agent. So that's it's a Kubernetes thing, I think, or there's. Right.
Yeah, Victor said that they don't have an answer because they don't plan to add Sentinel support.
That said, that was 2 years ago. So
yeah, I'm having a look down below. This is quite long. Parked.
I think it's just parked in terms of their the product team's backlog. But yeah, there's a seeking community contributors contributions on it. So
yeah, then was also part of the hackathon 6 months ago.
yeah.
So I think I'm going to keep this one and ping Victor to have feedback.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've just found two that are interesting and looks like they could be they're showing not on that list. Go back to the other. You had another tab briefly for a second.
Yeah. This one?
That one, yeah. So if you just go down past the add labels to CSV import and support more fields. So those two are somewhat related. The one is just for a specific field. The other one is for more fields. So currently, if you do a CSV export of your issues, you
Yeah.
get a CSV with a number of columns.
Yeah.
But the import only currently imports name and description. So this would be adding an additional field into the import, and then the other one would be the other issue would be doing several adding several more columns, and there seems to be a
Yeah, funnily enough, I remember working on this, on something similar quite a while back with Lee and Andrew. We had a look at it during a pairing session. So yeah, to be honest, I don't remember if that and Mark got merged. So this would definitely be candidates. I just need to check if these can actually be closed, because I don't remember if there is already it's already supported by the CSV import.
I mean, I last used CSV import about a year ago, and it wasn't at the time, but it's possible
No,
that it has changed.
yeah, if we had a look, it was less than a year ago.
No, well, according to the current docs, data from columns beyond title and description are not imported.
Okay. Well, just to be sure.
Although,
Yeah.
in the one part of the doc, it says that anything beyond those aren't supported, and at the top of the import doc, it says it also supports a due date. So there's a docs fix if anyone's looking for an easy MR on a docs fix. There's one right there.
No, create an issue. We're going to work on it on the contributor days.
Absolutely.
Okay, so these two are added into the bucket. And I'm afraid to look into this one because there are very parts of it show time localized in your time zone and other parts of the UI which do not. Generally, if time zone is included in the time, it is localized. However, we should strive to be consistent unless we have a really strong reader not to do so. This is not a quick win.
Marco and time zones have history.
Yeah, that this is a pain because there's a other example. For example, system nodes. There are certain system nodes that include the time in the system node text, and that's converted by the backend. So it's converted on the time local to the server, I think. For example, if you use the UI to add a new time entry and you choose the date, from the front end, I'm setting the date and the time at basically midnight. No, it should be 0 a.m. on the date that you choose. But if you're not on UTC, for example, I'm in Italy and I'm UTC +1, the system node gets created at, for example, today we're the 31st. It would be created on the 30 at 23 at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is not a quick win.
So I think solving this as a complete issue isn't necessarily a quick win.
Yeah.
But perhaps there is some of these instances, if we could break this down into a couple of pieces and have MVCs made for each of those changes.
Yeah.
Some of those changes may be quick wins. Some
So
of those
this
changes may be less so.
so this could be promoted to an epic and broken down.
Potentially, yes. Even if it's not promoted to an epic, potentially what we could do is, like is currently done with some of the big Rubocop fix MRs, is
Okay.
turn the issue description and put it into something with a checklist, and then have multiple issues just logged against, or multiple MRs logged against this one, each resolving a specific item in a checklist.
Yeah. Hmm. Also, this is looks like was kind of resolved, and there might still be an issue with data saving time. But
Then we have a contributor reaching out asking for more information and nothing further.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm going to keep this one and have a better look.
I think if we were to be able to surface specific instances,
Yeah.
then we could potentially raise those and have, hopefully, a new contributor might want to be able to sit down and just fix one of those specific instances, because that should give them a fair coverage of changing something in potentially back-end code, potentially front-end code, and or tests along the way. So
Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, container registry. I have no idea whatsoever on how to work on these ones. So, oh, there's an implementation plan.
well,
Oh,
I think, yeah, that sounds
easy enough.
well. It sounds doable.
Oh, yeah.
Would require a Golang contributor, which is great, because it's nice to be able to surface a couple of issues in the different languages. So if we've got something in Golang, something in Ruby, something in JavaScript, it makes it possible for anyone to come and contribute, even if we've got some tech writing specifics.
Yeah.
That would be good. I'm just going to ping a link over to you if you wanted to bring it up once we've looked at a couple more along the list.
Yeah.
Just if we're finding ourselves at a loss at any point for these, I think we've still got, there's still a fair number of them on the there's still a fair number of them on the on this board that we can dig through. But I was just thinking, we could also potentially just look at open bugs of a severity 4 or 3. Those are the sort of bugs that are logged in the system, but no one ever actually really necessarily looks at unless it becomes a burning issue.
Okay.
And there is 2,000 plus bugs
Oh,
currently open with the type bug and severity 4.
okay.
So there's potentially a gold mine of issues for us to. Yeah, I pinged it over to you over on the pairing channel in Discord.
Oh, okay. Let me have a look. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, these are.
I don't know how much many of these are in terms of quick wins, but um, they're definitely something that someone is encountered, and
Yeah.
potentially it just needs somebody to sit and look and try to reproduce it. I mean, some of these have been floating around for some time, and yeah, some of them seem to have things, but
Yeah.
maybe it just takes maybe it could even be fixed with a doc fix, or it's not even still an actual issue.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that still remains as contribution. If somebody's actually sitting there verifying if something is still the case, or helping us create a test for it, even creating a test for something is a fantastic way to contribute, because once we create a test for it, then we can reliably test it and hopefully fix it.
Hmm. Well,
I mean, this was tested on GitLab 843. I don't know if it's still. I don't know.
if
I
they
don't know if
if
it's
they're
still.
talking about, for example, accent letters or something like that, that's using Windows 12.51, that's still a bug, because we at work use accent letters, for example, in comments, because we comment on in Italian and we have accents, and they're not rendered on the UI on GitLab. But yeah, this one is really old. To be honest, I wonder if we should try to pick some issues and then create some filters, for example, like the one that you sent me, and just pick from there.
I think that sounds like a good way to do it, so that way we've got a number of issues. If someone is looking for a curated issue,
Yeah,
then here's some issues that have been curated. But if someone's just looking for a place to jump off, every one of these issues closed is helping someone.
yeah,
These particular ones. So maybe that's a good way of tackling it, is curate a number of issues that we say, right, these ones have implementation plans. Maybe maybe these ones are good for a complete new contributor who needs a little bit more of the stepping through of the code. The But like a list of something like that might be good for someone who has contributed before, or maybe knows Rails or Golang or something a lot more than, and feels a little bit more comfortable in just jumping in and trying to debug something. So I
yeah,
think depending on the attendee,
yeah.
both, one or the other could be a better way of approaching things. So I think
Yeah, this way.
having both kinds of lists, then hopefully we can cater for a number of different approaches.
Yeah, definitely. Also, because if we do this, we can give the filter, and everyone can choose what they want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's 1,000 and more on this filter, so I'm not going to go through it all, but I included the filter on the comments so that we can keep track of it. I think that, yeah, that filter and this filter is pretty good because it's going to find quite a lot of potential issues.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
there's inconsistent time localization. I just saw that float past. Okay, that's one. Yeah, that's one we've already spoken about.
yeah, yeah, because going through all of these will be difficult. There's too many, but yeah, if we can just filter them down and leave them have a look.
There's a couple in there that definitely look, if not easy, they look relatively accessible.
Yeah,
Some of the ones that are logged by Andy, I see they've even been weighted. They've even been something. So yeah, this was created a month ago. So here we go. We've got something nice. It's a bit front endy. It's maybe just, it looks like just a follow up from another one. So
yeah, exactly.
yeah, I would be quite willing to pop this, to add quick win to this one and surface this one straight up on as our list of curated issues. Although somebody looks like somebody was trying to get started on it.
Yeah,
a couple of days ago.
Yeah. Well, it was 1 month ago.
All right. Sorry, I just saw some days ago there.
Yeah, the reply was from 6 days ago, but the contributor was looking. Yeah, I'm going to add this one. Da, 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 da. Okay. Configurable allow list path. Oh, there's a proposal which looks like an implementation.
That looks pretty straightforward in terms of there's an implementation plan there. That's, yeah.
Yeah, let's just see. This was 3 years old, and updates backlog. Okay, yeah, this. Yeah.
When was that? When was that last update from Sam White?
1 month ago.
Fantastic. So he's the PM, and yeah.
Yeah, and he also added a good for new contributors and quick win 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely one, and this is backend. Oh, there's no label. There's why don't? Oh no, I didn't scroll.
Scroll. Yeah.
Backend. Some. We just. I skipped this for approval rules, but I'm going to have a look because this is kind of a nightmare to debug, I think. Oh no. Yeah, I remember Lee struggled a lot testing code owners because they are asynchronous and it's
I've actually got one that I just needed. I think I was saving up for myself, but I think the the reality of me actually potentially looking at it is low. I might log an issue for it, and it's probably also a quick win. So I will throw it in. I'll log it and throw it into the list if there isn't already an issue for it.
The vintage label, that's amazing. Yeah. Inactive for 12 months.
Yeah, I think we need to figure out what's applying that vintage label and use it a lot more.
Yeah, and I wonder if this is really good for new contributors. I don't know. When was it added? 3 years ago. And this is a bot. This is missing an implementation plan, so I don't know if it's really a good
So
candidate.
it's a follow up. It's a follow up from a previous
Yeah.
MR.
Yeah, no. It's a follow up for a previous issue.
All right. Okay, that was closed.
Yeah. And let me have a... Okay. Refrigerating users and group members, and yeah. There's a quick fix and a refactor. But I wonder if the quick fix is easily testable, I guess. Yeah. I know Lee had a look at code owners' approvals and that kind of stuff, so I'm tempted to keep this one and have him but he's on PTO this week, so he won't be
PTO this week, but we can always look at it before Tuesday. I can look at it with him. So I'll be with Lee from Saturday, so we can always do some refinement as well as on the days themselves. If the idea is that we'll be in the room, anyone else remotely will be available, like yourself or anyone else, so that hopefully we can, if somebody does have a question, we can always discuss it, look at it, also gauge the potential expertise of the person looking at it, so that we can say, maybe this one is good for you, maybe this one's not so great for you, and help someone choose something that
that's definitely
they feel comfortable with.
Yeah, that's definitely something that we might have to do, because based on the background of someone, it would be useless to propose a backend MR to someone that never worked on backend.
Yeah.
Okay. What time is it? Oh shoot, I have to go.
No worries. I think it's been very helpful.
Well, we found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 good ones, and if we don't count the 1,000 plus.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's, and I think possibly just putting in a filter for bugs, for quick wins, and for good for new contributors. Good for new contributors, I think, just might take a little bit of time before we phase that
Yeah.
label out. But that's also potentially phasing out at some point. But it'll be around for next week. So
yeah, that's definitely true. And then also, if we loop in Victor and Timo, they will definitely be able to find some issues on Kubernetes agent and Terraform.
Yeah,
which will be amazing since that's going to tie in well with the environment. Awesome. So I'm going to leave this comment, and then I'm going to have a better look and put it up in here.
nice.
Okay. Awesome.
Thanks so much, Marco.
Oh, no worries. Okay, I did that. Okay. Stop the screen. Awesome. So I think I'm going to go now because otherwise I'm going to be late.
Great. Well, have a good day, and we will catch you again soon.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for your help.
No worries.
Bye.